right. Rock and roll. Hello, baby. Hello. Got a big sponsor tonight, Luke's Playhouse. Told. Happy Memorial Day weekend and welcome to Race Day coverage of the No Limit Racing. Of course, Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. We're ready to go tonight for the next round, and as we get ready to celebrate the Memorial Day weekend, we are ready to go here at virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. Of course, we welcome you to coverage and we get you ready for the Linda's Playhouse. Of course, 300. This is 300 miles. This race, again, will have a total, Luke's Playhouse, I'm sorry. It will be the Luke's Playhouse 300, and its race is 300 miles, 200 laps. The same distance, if you will, Steve Tucker, that you would run for the Xfinity Series on Saturday before the Coca-Cola 600. Half the distance of the world's longest endurance race for NASCAR. We're ready to go this evening at Charlotte, buddy. Good evening.
Good evening, man. How's it going? It's going to be a great time today. Always a fun time here in Charlotte. And right now, we're going to be getting to it pretty quick. Starting grid is how you see it on your screen. And, man, going to be a great time. A long race today, but we're in it. Going to be a lot of fun.
Quentin Lee and Mario Miranda make up the front row. Ryan Dingler, Austin Smith, row 2. Jordan Doracek, as well as Brandon Fronapple, row 3. Grant Peterson, Dalton Tucker, row 4. Noah Rainwater, Casey Knighton will be in the top 10. Then it's the rest of the drivers, including Barrett Morton, Isaac Mock, Derek Castor, Sean Lotuson, followed by, of course, the driver of Michael Wolf, top 15, William Henderson, Austin McColgan, followed by Matt Lovett, Nathan Paris, Matthew Taylor, your top 20. Rest of the drivers will ride out real quickly. Terrell, Floger, followed by Montgomery, Cooper, Brandon Austin, top 25 and 26 spots. Then it's Matt Cherry, Alec Coates, Brian Works, Chris Taylor, Christian Light, Brian Rolsey, Brandon Barrier, Brandon Ish, followed by Brian Russi. Then it's going to be Brandon Barrier, Brandon Ish, Daniel Half, Robert Kahn, Mark Martinek, and Hank Caston. Christopher Tate looks like he is going to start either from the pits or has been scratched from the race. So 40 drivers right there. And remember, we had 54 people trying to take qualifying time for this event, 43 lock in. And it's kind of like a charter, Steve, as the lights are off on the pace car coming to green this time by. Top 25 in the points regardless, lock into the show every week.
Yes, sir, man. In a huge field today, about 40 cars going to try and get one of the most prestigious race wins of the season here in Charlotte for the longest race of the season. Man, this is a huge win if they can get it. A lot of patriotic paint schemes, too. We love that. We'll cover that as the race goes on, but we're about to go green, Wesley.
That's going to be a special time. Luke's Playhouse, by the way, Wellness Center and Gym is a nonprofit organization with the goal of providing aquatic therapy for children and adults with chronic illnesses. Our goal is to build an aquatic center with a gym that can provide not only water therapy, but a fully handicap-accessible gym for adaptive sports. More details at Luke's PlayhouseNC at gmail.com. They sponsor 300 miles, 200 laps in Charlotte, and we're underway here this evening on race day. And let's get it started. Miranda is going to be the man to get the whole shot right down with Lee alongside as they're going to battle door to door here. The key is obviously get to at least 100 laps into this race. And remember, Steve, it's also about strategy because you've got 6 total sets of tires, 5 on the pit lane, plus the original set. And I would love to see a caution-free or at least a mediocre, not field caution race like we saw last week for sure after Chicagoland.
Yes, sir. I mean, hey, last week was a great time, obviously, but this is another one of those 1.5-mile tracks. It can be pretty clean and pretty green. We're going to find out pretty fast, but 200 laps. Wesley's a long time around this place. We'll have plenty of time to get some good racing in.
It certainly is as we watch them work off the corner. 2 laps in right now in this event so far. Mario Miranda leading the way. Quentin Lee. By the way, thanks to IMB Racewear, lap 100, we're going to be giving away another $25 gift certificate from IMB Racewear. You can start right now, and we're going to change it up. Instead of putting NLR tonight, we want you to put Luke's Playhouse because we want to thank the sponsor, Steve Tucker. So tonight, to qualify for the IMB Racewear event, put in Luke's Playhouse, and that qualifies you, whoever does that, at lap 100 to get a $25 gift card. And by the way, there you see that awesome logo from Luke's Wellness Gym and Center and Gym Playhouse, and we appreciate them being the sponsor. Right now, we're 5 in this time by. When they come to the line, getting ready to put a handful of laps on the board, and it's still Miranda and Lee, and they're battling for the lead, though. We got a change up as the 2 elite got around Dingler, and while all this is going on, we're also watching the 21 battle, and there you see Quentin Lee getting around the 16. So a lead change happening here. Here comes now the 16. Ryan Dingler going to power back to the inside right there for the corner in the 3 and 4. By the way, 24 degrees of banking in the corners here at Charlotte in turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Here they come down to the dog leg again across the start finish line and give the lead back to Ryan Dingler. Steve, you kind of hinted on it a little bit. We'll say it again. Very patriotic colors. I'm loving the red, white, and blue on a lot of these drivers' race cars tonight.
Yes, sir. We'll have plenty of time to look through all of them, but right now, look at this red, white, and blue Marathon leading the field. Ryan Dingler looking pretty good. That M Marathon on the paint. Love this paint scheme, man. Looking good today.
Oh, I love that camera angle, Steve. Man, from the start-finish line, fly by. I love it. I love it. Yes, sir. If we have a photo finish, we'll have to go back to Steve's race day camera to determine it. So
we have all the toys over here, Wesley.
Yes, sir. Tell you what, what's going on, no doubt. By the way, No Limit Racing on social media and NLR, of course, league.com, the official website of the series. And tonight, by the way, again, is round number 8 from Charlotte. Remember, we ran Nashville. They skipped Martinsville last week and decided to go to Chicagoland instead. What a cool race that was when it was said and done. Caution-free at the end of 200 miles and 134 laps. Now tonight, probably one of the longest races of the year for this series. 300 miles, 200 laps for round number 8. And another thing you got to think, too, as they come off the corner, Steve, we're less than 3 laps to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, just like that. It happens that quick. It's a short season overall, but right now we have a long race ahead of us. These boys are going to try and get this win. That could set them up, right? I mean, huge momentum, and getting that momentum into the playoffs could be massive for them.
Another battle going on here, closely off the corner. Dingler in front, Lee second, but look at now Smith starting to climb. And he's got a big cavalry behind him. Look at all these cars. There's Austin Smith, Noah Rainwater, Mario Miranda falling all the way back, losing spots from the pole spot in his Toyota. And now he is going to have to battle with Austin Smith's car. Grant Peterson also in this mix. Dalton Tucker, the 21, the orange 21 upon the high side. He's trying to find a way around some traffic as they work off the corner. This time by 10 in, 190 to go so far here in Charlotte.
Yeah, not too bad so far. A lot of good drivers, a lot of good racing thus far. A lot on the line. Want to highlight one driver real quick, racing for an amazing cause right here. Joel Hamilton, racing for the American Heart Association today for Charlotte. He's hashtag Heart Racing to improve the overall health and well-being of Americans and future generations. So please help Joel by reaching his fundraising goal of $1,500, excuse me, at raiseyourway4AHA.fundraise.org. So pretty cool stuff right there.
Steve, can we share that link on the broadcast? Can we put that in the chat box on the link for people if they want to make a donation, they can?
Yeah, we'll work on that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can do that for you.
And of course, again, Joel Hamilton racing in for a different foundation of that is the American Heart Association here tonight for the virtual iRacing platform at Charlotte Motor Speedway. All of this is going on. So here we go. By the way, everybody's been a good boy from last week. No penalties to report. So everybody got to start straight up front. All of this going on. I'm very happy with what we saw in the event. IMB Raceway, lap 100, you got that gift card. Luke's Playhouse is what you're going to put in the logo. Luke's Playhouse in the chat box. Put yourself in qualifying for that. And obviously, if you'd like to know more, go to luke'splayhousenc@gmail.com if you'd like to make a donation or find more information out. And, of course, they also available on Facebook. So, again, we appreciate them for being the sponsor for this event here at Charlotte. Closing in on 14 laps into this one here at race day. Ryan Dingler still the leader. Austin Smith in second. Noah Rainwater sits in third. Dalton Tucker fourth. Grant Peterson currently is in the top five, and they're all single file. I got to say this, Steve, whatever conversation was said a couple of weeks ago after the Wreckfest we saw, I believe the race was at Dover, I think it was, or Nashville. Man, they quickly have minded their P's and Q's, and there is a different style, brand of racing drivers running virtually here on this series every Thursday night.
I agree. Really, really impressive, obviously, and it comes down to the drivers wanting that, right? I mean, clean driving comes down to the drivers and what they want. They know this is a 200-lap race, right? This is a long, long race. Racing super hard right now doesn't win you anything, right? There's no stages, there's no nothing. You've got 200 laps, and this whole thing could go green the entire way, as we saw last week at Chicagoland. So you just never know. You got to play your cards right and make no mistakes.
Everybody doing a phenomenal job so far. With still Ryan Dingler in the lead. Noah Rainwater second. Dalton Tucker, Grant Peterson, Austin Smith, your top five. Then it's Brandon Fronapple, Mario Miranda, followed by Quentin Lee, Isaac Bach, and Jordan Duracek. Right now, the drivers that are currently in the top 10, they're all up the banking, 24 degrees here at Charlotte. And again, we are already approaching lap number 20, and we are still clean and green on race day. Luke's Playhouse. Remember to put that in the chat box. And there's also on the top where you can make a donation for, of course, the Luke's Playhouse and the American Heart Association Foundation. That link is up in the top chat. Thanks to Steve Tucker making that happen. Yeah.
Just like that.
He's multitasking.
Yes, sir. We can do it all over here right now. Oh, Lordy. Big car in the wall right there. I believe that's Sean Bounty.
Right there.
Woo.
Oh, boy.
Couldn't tell who that was. Not Sean, excuse me. Right there he is, the 81. William Henderson in the wall pretty hard right there. Looks like is that a Best Buy paint scheme? Take a look
at
this.
Yeah. Cheyano, Best Buy colors on the 81 car. It's a throwback, right?
Love that.
I mean, technically Best Buy is still around. It's not unemployed like Radio Shack, but I mean, you know. It was
Kiss my glass. There it is right there on the side. Look at that. Our cameras are so clear we can see everything. There comes Joel Hamilton right there in the 55. That link in the chat, pinned message. It'll be there the entire race, folks. Let's see if we can hit that goal for him today of $1,500 tonight.
Yeah, do what you can. Give whatever you can to help donate and help out this driver and the family and the marathon for the American Heart Association. They would greatly, sincerely appreciate it. Right now was that Marathon 55 down on the bottom of the racetrack here. And here comes now the 47. Nice looking race car right there in the top 10. That's Isaac Mock. battling with Quentin Lee and Jordan Duracek is now trying to get right in the mix with that. Barrett Martin in the 90. I like that car right there, the Roses machine. And the Wendy's car, I'm getting hungry.
Oh man, that Wendy's, the more I see that, I'll be ordering DoorDash here momentarily, Wesley. It's a long race. I might be in complete shambles by about lap 80. We'll see.
Yes, sir.
Wendy's knows me very well, Wesley. So I'll just put it that way.
I'm a big fan of the classic triple with cheese, right? Okay. And a large chili with sugar. Though I got to put sugar in my chili because I have diverticulitis. So, well, the thing is that diverticulitis, and it is real and it sucks. And anything spicy, anything with seeds, anything that has too much acid, I have to have something to dilute it. So I have to put like 6, 7, 8 packs of sugar in there to kind of get rid of the acidy taste. If not, I'll be hurting. I will be hurting. So enough about me though. Yeah, man. Yeah, diverticulitis is not fun. So I've lived with it since 2017, and I have to be careful what I eat, how I eat, and what I eat. So Tucker, the man that leads. Look at the 90 machine powering up on the outside. There's Morton and Mock now in 9th and 10th. There's Tucker, and he is the new leader. What do you know? It wouldn't be a race without Tucker up in front there, Steve.
No, sir. He's been on fire lately, honestly, and he just knows what he's doing. 3 wide here, almost here for about top 5 spots. It's getting pretty wild.
Certainly is, man. I'll tell you what an awesome drive these guys have got going for them right now with Tucker in the lead. Dingler, Noah Rainwater, Mario Miranda, followed by Austin Smith. Those are your top 5 drivers as they work the back straightaway. There's a little punt there, a little pop again for the rear. And we watch now the Lovett car. There's the driver in the 41 trying to power his way into that spot as well. There's the 41 Dark Horse Racing entry. Look at this big scramble of traffic right here. Boy, that's a storm brewing. One wrong move there, and we might have some trouble if something goes wrong here, Steve. But right now, they mind their P's and Q's going into turn 2.
For now, yeah, looking pretty good. This is a decently wide track. It's not as wide as like a Kansas or a Vegas.
Right.
That's similarly, in size and shape. But this is one of those tracks as they're squeezing together here, man. No one's giving an inch right now, but the grip levels are high. It's nighttime just about. That means cool temps, and these cars are going to drive so well right now.
Man, what a strong run they got going right now for these guys working back around the racetrack again. And obviously here at the Luke's Playhouse 300, it is still a clean and green battle as we're closing in on 25 laps into it. Let's give you your top 10 right now as they stand. Dalton Tucker is the leader. We have Ryan Dingler second, Noah Rainwater third, Mario Miranda is in the 4th spot, Austin Smith top 5. Grant Peterson just getting around Austin Smith for 5th. He'll fall back Smith to 6th. Barrett Morton 7th. Brandon Frontapple is 8th. Isaac Mock is 9th. And the Wendy's machine, your favorite driver there, Jordan Duracek is in that Wendy's car, and that is the top 10 as they stand right now. And look at that car just in all of its glistening glory with the redhead lady with the smile on her face climbing through the field, going after more traffic, diving down to the outside, going after Smith, going after Mock, and trying to get this food-hungry biggie bag machine to the front. The Wendy's biggie bag. Luke's Playhouse. Thanks to Luke's Playhouse, Wellness Center and Gym for being the sponsor of this race. I just gave them a like and a follow on, of course, social media. Here is a link at the top of the broadcast for not only Luke's Playhouse, if you want to make a donation for them, but also the American Heart Association as well. And Luke's Playhouse, Wellness Center and Gym. Again, we appreciate them jumping on board and being the sponsor of this event. Hey, I'm Wesley Outland. I don't think I even introduced myself earlier. You know my voice. Steve Tucker alongside, and we bring you the coverage on race day every Thursday night of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. And we've been rocking and rolling since probably about, end of March. I'm surprised how fast this year has flew by, no doubt, Steve.
Yeah, it's really good, right? And it's just a testament to the league itself, right? I mean, when they're fun races, when they're good and competitive, they fly by, man. And the season so far is doing just that.
Yeah, they certainly have, man. We've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed being able to work with you as well. There's been, I think, 3 times this year that I've actually been able to work green to checker. I am going to have to leave it again 9:25 sometime tonight for another iRacing obligation. But I was telling you during our production meeting that this is the final week. That, that next week and for the remainder of the year and even the playoffs, I'll be with you for start to finish. And I want to let everybody know, and Steve, we chatted about it too, and you know my disappointment. I always said it, man. I despised having to leave you, midway through the race or 3/4 of the race and making you hold the bill to call the finish, and even much less not seeing the outcome of what happened until later on at night when I'm able to go back and watch a replay of it.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's all good. Right now, oh, the 90. Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
He had to back up a little bit.
Machine.
Yeah,
beautiful looking car, too.
Oh, it really is. This is going to be that time, Wesley. We're 33 laps into the race right now. The cars are going to start to get tight, even tighter, right? So, old tires. This track typically tightens up on long runs, and right now it's going to be tougher and tougher to maintain your line. We're going to start to see the low line kind of creep up maybe on entry, and that can be pretty difficult for these guys. So, got to back up the corners and get around a lot better.
I think we're definitely going to be kind of watching that, no doubt about it, as we're closing in all the way on 33 laps of this race so far. And, I'm thinking the pit window, what are you thinking, Steve? Probably around 45, 50, 55 laps, somewhere around that number, they'll come to the pits?
Yeah, it definitely depends, but typically it's around that for sure. More or less, it's going to be about, typically 4 or 5 stops we anticipate today. So, I mean, they can go 40 laps probably comfortably, 45 if they're pushing it. But yeah, 4 to 5 stops today. We expect 6 tire sets over the wall. So, I mean, they have enough tires to make it happen. But that fuel, that's going to be big today.
Yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye on all of this, no doubt, right now as the races roll on here on race day. By the way, if you'd like to know more about the No Limit Racing program, go to NLRleague.com. That's NLRleague.com. You can find details on the schedule, the points, the season, the rosters, and how you can apply for the new year as well, and all of the things that No Limit Racing does. That's NLRleague.com. No Limit Racing is also available on Facebook and iRacing Race Day or Race Day iRacing is on X as well. Check them out too. So all of this is going on, and there you see Miranda now in that second spot. There's the Victory Fuel. Man, I don't know if you ever tried it before, but it is so damn good, Steve. Flavored electrolyte water. Every time I go to the races that have events that are sanctioned with Victory Fuel, I have to grab me a couple of cans, and I'm a big fan of the Throttle Punch drink for sure.
Love that. Battle for the lead here too in that patriotic paint scheme. Victory Fuel. Normally we see like a black and yellow car, but beautiful patriotic scheme today, and a fight for the lead here. Mario.
There goes the Mario Miranda up on the outside. Comes Tucker. He'll battle back. Give it plenty of room there for that spot. Hey, by the way, we're closing in on 40 laps into the race with about 60 laps to go. Remember, you got to hit Luke's Playhouse in the chat box, and you get signed up for a $25 IMB Raceware gift card. We'll do random number generator at halfway of the race. But instead of doing NLR like always, we're doing Luke's Playhouse to help them out. There's a place up top where you can also make a donation to not only Luke's Playhouse, but also for the American Heart Association as well, with all of this going on here at Charlotte right now, closing in, believe it or not, on 40 laps into this race. It's flying by quickly.
It sure is. And right now we're seeing Jordan Jurassic right here in that Wendy's machine, pulling out way down low, looking pretty strong right now in P10. A lot of these guys pretty close together. We're seeing, one more driver, Ryan Dingler, comes down pit road for the first time.
I think there's a green flag pit stops. I think there's a scheduled pit stops. I figured between 40 to 45, maybe 50 laps, Steve Tucker, they would be coming onto the pit lane, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yes, sir. The first taker.
So pit stops ongoing. Making pit stops here. We're going to start seeing them. I think maybe Ryan Dingler thinking he could try to go for the undercut on a couple of drivers here in this run. Obviously approaching 40 laps here at the line this time by. And, you know, you're doing the math here on a 1.5 mile racetrack, and that's already 60 miles of 300 into this thing. It's flying by pretty quickly, and here comes everyone else that's pilling onto the pit lane also for service, Steve.
Yes, sir. Joel Hamilton right there in the American Heart Association paint scheme. A couple more as well. Your pole sitter, Quentin Lee, comes down pit road.
Yeah. Dalton Tucker now the man up in front. Here comes now the 90 back onto the pit lane. He'll give up his spot. That's Barrett Morton. Nathan Paris. By the way, I called the race where he ran last night with the, oh man, what was it? God, I do a lot of leagues. Trying to think of which one I did last night, Full Throttle Sim Racing Truck Series, and he was a part of it also. So right now, watching all these guys, I think actually he's part of the Conti iRacing stables with Michael Conti, probably one of the greats of iRacing there. So green flag pit stops are ongoing. Hey, this will let us step away. We'll take a quick break. As we're about 60 miles into it, we'll be back with more coverage on race day. More green flag action from Charlotte. If something happens, we'll break in from the Luke's Playhouse 300. Back here on race day, and right now green flag pit stops are still continuing. Looks like Derek Castor is the final man to come down to the pit lane and take his final opportunity of pitting. So everybody has pitted on the racetrack as we are approaching lap number 50 of this race. I'm Wesley Outland, Mr. Steve Tucker alongside. And I'll tell you what, Steve, this race going by fairly quickly. Everyone minding their P's and Q's. Good racing going on, and letting you know, Dalton Tucker back out in front again in the 21.
He sure is. He's definitely has that front spot and knows how to maintain it so far. He was under fire a bit by Mario Miranda, but didn't have the great exit as he wanted to for Miranda right now in P5.
When they come to the line, it'll be in a few more laps, or at least a couple of more laps, 50 laps into it. That's 75 miles. That will be 1/4 of the way through in this event. And obviously right now, boy, they are putting on a great show with now Tucker as the leader, Dingler falling back to second. And how about that, Steve? Going for the undercut, if you will. Everyone else pitted around lap 42 to 43. He pitted on lap number 439, and the Badger Racing number 16 is right there in that second position on the racetrack.
Yeah, it definitely helps. Obviously has the fresh tires, and now they're worn in, which is great. But, I mean, if this thing has little short bursts of racing, this is going to be a good strategy. Obviously, Have to be careful, though, at the end of the race to not have to pit in extra time opposed to anybody else for fuel. But so far, so good. P2.
Yeah, what a good job right now for the man there in that 16 marathon machine. Tucker, Dingler, Miranda, Morton, Paris, top 5 as they thunder back across the line. There you see the 45 of Matt Cherry cracking into the top 5 around, getting around Nathan Paris for that spot. And all this is going on as they are door to door again up the hill, up the race track. Of course, all this happening, all this great racing going on here as we're approaching 75 miles into this event here at Charlotte. Another thing, too, you got to think about, we're racing in Charlotte, and we're racing under the lights, Steve. Totally different than the transition of running in the daytime.
It absolutely is, right? And the thing is, with this kind of a race, it would have been really interesting to see how this race would have changed if it was a daytime into nighttime, right? But this was primarily nighttime, kind of twilight into darkness, and the track still changes a little bit, but the grip levels are so high right now, and they're going to even get better and better and cooler. And that just means faster speeds and better handling race cars.
Tucker, Dingler, right now, the top 2 drivers on the racetrack. There you see the 00. Little glimpse of that guy right there battling with the driver of Sean Lodison and the 2 machine on the racetrack. This is going on inside the top 20. As that's Victor P. as well as Sean Lodison, my apologies, Quentin Lee, all these drivers battling for position. And meanwhile, working now 75 miles into this race, and quickly look on the inside. Castor now opens the door to the 14 up top. That's Kahn. Works is also looking at this happen. So is the 18. Boy, take your pick of what's going on. That's Brandon Cooper. A lot of racing going on here for these positions. It's exciting, but they're also holding their line and racing fair, if you will.
Yes, sir. And looking at that beautiful patriotic paint scheme as well, that 26, looking pretty good. Fun fact, Wesley, that font of the 26 is called Aardvark. The same font as Jeff Gordon's 24.
Aardvark.
Aardvark, yes, sir.
Aardvark. Aardvark. He likes the Aardvark. I'm sure that's cool. Tucker still the man up in front. There you see now this battle again happening. I mean, you got action everywhere. Take your pick.
I know, it's crazy.
Tucker's in his own world, man. Right now, he's opened up 2 seconds. There's a battle, though, for second here. As you see, Mario Miranda, Ryan Dingler, door to door. Marathon Victory Fuel through the dog leg, going back up to 24 degrees of bank in turn 1. Man, I love it. I love the action. I love the action, the intensity. The racing is doing really good. Look at this angles. All these different camera angles are so cool, man. What a job you've done. Race day coverage just seems to get bigger and better week in, week out, dude.
Oh, shucks. You're making me blush. Man, 2 seconds is the lead right now for Dalton Tucker. Pretty good. We've seen that before, obviously, in multiple races in the past. But his kind of MO, Wesley, is have a really good, first third of the race, have a pretty wild middle third, and then come back and get it at the end. So far, that's kind of what we're seeing. Obviously, we're not into that middle third yet, but, can he hold on to this consistency, right? Are we going to get some wild cautions or, some stuff? But so far, 56 laps green with this size field is impressive no matter how you shake it.
Yeah, I'm very excited in watching what these guys have done. And like I said, they had their share of caution flags probably for the whole season and what happened in 2 straight weeks of racing at, no doubt, Nashville and at Dover. And since then, we've gone caution-free so far. If you count the race last week in Chicagoland, no cautions whatsoever. So far, approaching here over 80 miles, 90 miles into this race, and quickly we'll hit into the halfway mark of this event. Remember, this race, by the way, one of the longest races of the year for the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series. Steve Tucker, it's 300 miles. 200 laps. This definitely is definitely one of the endurance races for the series, no doubt. We talked about 5 pit stops, 6 pit stops they might have to make in this race as well.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on it, right? It's the endurance part of it, right? This race, I mean, you can be fast all you want, right? But it comes down to, in kind of like going back to last week about Chicagoland being, green flag for 134 laps, right? This is kind of that same mentality, right? You might not get a break here. There's no guaranteed stages. There's no, competition cautions. There's nothing. This could go green the entire 200 laps. So you have to be comfortable, right, in your sim rig. You have to be comfortable with your wheel and in your gloves or whatever you got going on, right? Your office chair, like me, or whatever it is, right? How you race and how comfortable you are, that could be huge, So this is the attrition factor, even physically as well, right? Obviously, we're not in real race cars here, but I can promise you the intensity behind the wheel and behind the monitor is the exact same.
Yeah, for sure. No doubt about it, man. And we definitely enjoy week in, week out being able to put on this program for everybody. And if you'd like to know more and how you'd like to apply for the No Limit Racing brand and the series and what they run, go to NLRleague.com. Then look for apply, NLRleague.com/apply. And who knows, maybe we'll have you back on here for the next season of the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Next Gen Cup Series, because it sounds like it's looking bright. The future looks bright, and everybody's having fun being a part of this, no doubt. As here comes pit stops now again, 62, or the 82, my apologies, on pit road. I believe this is our buddy, Mr. Wirtz. And I'll tell you what, Brian is just looking for a way to, second time on pit road, by the way. Definitely, I think he's going for an undercut. He's multiple laps down, but that's the thing, Steve. Brian Wirtz has had just a share of bad luck. No doubt.
Yeah, and that's the unfortunate thing, right? I mean, he has the win at Watkins Glen, so that's obviously a highlight. But as far as the consistency factor, you're right. He hasn't really had it lately. Started off the season strong, so that's going to happen, though, right? You're going to have a slump at some point in the season, so it's just a matter of how well do you bounce back. And truthfully, I'd rather have that slump now before the playoffs than during the playoffs. So get it out of the way now and then recuperate and get back at it.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right, no doubt, Steve. I mean, the growing pains of real racing happens also for virtual racing. Some of these guys really, have their, they're growing good and bad times. And I think that we've seen that happen to Brian Wirtz. I think another guy that I can think of too is Tucker. I mean, there's been the most recent races where he's literally been the Pied Piper in the catbird seat and possibly pull in and get a win for the series, and then something happens at the end and Tucker doesn't make it. So obviously a lot of great racing going on. Isaac Mock is the man of the points. He's leading the way, 80 points over Dalton Tucker. Dalton does got 3 wins. They happen more quicker at the beginning of the year, but what a solid drive right now for these guys working around the racetrack, no doubt.
Yeah, and this is a long race too. A lot of these guys, you can't, just to reiterate once more, you can't wait on that caution to come out because it might not happen, right? This isn't stage racing, like you see maybe in the real world, but
Sure.
But so with that thought process, right, you can't kind of hold back, right? Maybe in stage racing, you're like, you know what? I'll just kind of, lean back. I know a stage is coming or a caution's coming out, soon or later. But with this is the part I love, right? Because you don't know that. You have to go the entire time. You have to, gauge your tires, based off runs. There's no freebies, right? There's no gimmies. So right now we're seeing drivers kind of coming and going here, and we're also seeing drivers like a Matt Cherry, right? Up 20 spots on the race today so far, has just worked himself up slowly, and that's what it takes. Doesn't matter where you qualify here because the race is so long, but he's getting it done today.
By the way, thank you to JCR_Titans312. D. Rosick, I'll try to remember that from now on. I think of Czech because obviously it sounds like a Russian name, and I'm from the South, so I'm going to butcher names a time or two. D. Rosick is the driver. D. Rosick there. See, I butchered again in the 5th spot, but right now. Yeah, he's saying that you pronounce it D. Rosick.
Oh, I think
Jurassic.
I think it said Jurassic, almost like Jurassic Park, but
I
Jurassic.
thought I did too, but I had to check to it as well because it sounded like a Russian name, you know.
My bad.
Jurassic. D-Rod-check. So, but he says it's Jurassic. So I'm gonna work on that red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. You know how they do that.
There you go.
Oh, nonetheless, we roll on race day. It's the Luch Playhouse 300. We're about 30 laps away, by the way, for you to get signed in for that IMB Raceware $25 gift card. And all you got to do is do like Luke Rainwater did, put in the chat box, Luke's Playhouse in capital letters, and we will random number generator the winner at the halfway mark of the race, which, by the way, is coming very, very quickly right now here in Charlotte, virtual Charlotte, Steve.
Yes, sir. 37 people watching the stream. That means we should see 37 Luke Playhouses in the chat to try and go for that gift certificate for IMB at the halfway point. Big thanks to you folks for being here, obviously, and supporting the channel and the league. It's a great place to be on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I always enjoy being able to have you folks join us. Man, how about it? Close to 40 people watching. Hit that like and share. Hit that subscribe button if you want to also follow some of the more great coverage like No Limit Racing and race days coverage throughout the week. What do you got, like another Cup Series, got a Truck Series? Don't you do some other stuff throughout the week, Steve?
Yeah, Mondays and Tuesdays, Truck Series, NORA Truck Series on Mondays, and Tuesdays is the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Just actually entering their playoffs here in Nashville next week. Going to be a lot of fun. And then obviously this fantastic league, the Extreme Next Gen Series, a lot of fun. But hey, we're super close. Little plug here, super close to 700 subs on the channel. We can hit that tonight if everybody hits that sub button. So thank you in advance. Absolutely.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. Right now we're at 687, so hopefully we could possibly hit 700. You can follow along and keep up with all of the stuff that we cover here, no doubt about it. And we're having a fun time as right now we see a more exciting race that happened in the 90 and the 16 Dingler. And there's the 45 right there alongside of Matt Cherry. There. Yep, you're hungry again. There goes your Wendy's ride.
I'm on DoorDash right now.
Yeah, there you go. And I think JCR Titans has retracted. He says it's Jurassic. So Jurassic in the Wendy's car. We at least know it's Wendy's and we're happy.
Jurassic. Okay, it's Jurassic. Gotcha. So it's Jurassic Park.
Like Jurassic. Yeah, Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I was saying Darwachek. So it was, and look, it's the I thought it was Russian, right? I mean, it's kind of like that Russian Czech, like Czech. So yeah. Anyhow, we're rolling. We're having fun, no doubt. Closing in on lap number 75. Believe it or not, 25 laps away from the halfway mark of this event here tonight in the, of course, Luke's Playhouse 300. And right now, we're watching drivers work the back straightaway. I mean, take your pick. There you got Jurassic up there on the outside, battled along with the 30 of Brandon Frontapple. Takes up on the top in that T94 machine. And oh, here we go. I love it. I love that name. Awesome camera angles right there. We'll watch it.
It just feels real, right? It's so cool. So Dalton Tucker's lead, Wesley, has calmed down just a little bit. He's not super dominant right now, as we're seeing a couple guys come down pit road, Christian Light and Henderson. But 1.25 seconds right now for Tucker up against Miranda. Super Mario, they call him. And, yeah, so pretty close battle so far. It's not a runaway just yet.
No, it's really not, and obviously what a solid drive we're doing right now, watching these guys working there around the racetrack and making the laps count and doing what they're doing. But obviously Tucker is right now just 1.5 seconds over Miranda. Then you got Peterson back to that third spot. I mean, it's about the top 10 are separated by 7 seconds. Everybody just kind of, hey, look at that High Rock Vodka car. I like that car right there. Look at that one. The 54 Peterson. I love the colors on it.
Yeah, super clean. Blue, I mean, red, white, and blue, obviously. The stars, I mean, yeah, you can't get any cleaner. Just looks good, man.
It really does, man. What a sharp-looking ride there for the driver there at Peterson in the 54 machine. So, and he is right now in that third spot on the racetrack.
Isaac Mock around right now, Wesley.
And he's at the bottom of the apron, though, and that's the points leader, mind you. So problems for the points leader, Isaac Mock. Going around, stays to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, out of harm's way. He is down below the flat. We do not go under caution. We stay green. Here's, I think we're trying to get a replay of what happened.
Yeah, real quick. This is a huge bump right there.
Oh, he just spun the tires coming off of the exit of the pit lane. Wow.
That too, but Wesley, there's a huge bump on the exit of turn 1. I'm sorry, on the exit of pit road. Right there, you got to be so careful, and he hit it. And also, there's also one on the exit right by the blue cone where you exit the pits officially. And he hit it right there just the wrong way and went around. But to your point, green flag it is.
Yeah, remember, probably the only scare we've had so far was what happened there just a moment ago with Mock. And again, that happened on the bottom of the racetrack. No cautions, and now we see more drivers coming onto the pit lane, 20 laps to the halfway mark of this race, and we see Dingler and Cherry coming on pit road.
Good stuff right here.
I was going to say second time they've pitted.
Yeah, I mean, this is green flag pit stops. We saw Dingler earlier on, lap 40. He pit, and here he is on lap 80, so he is pretty systematic about this thing. Here we go. Joel Hamilton on pit road as well. The American Heart Association, folks. The pinned chat message in the chat right there is for the link for his fundraiser. Try and donate and raise money for that American Heart Association. So go and check that out. And whether it's 10 cents, $10, or whatever it is, it's all appreciated.
By the way, we were kind of talking about the point standings with Isaac Mock, the points leader, going around a moment ago, and obviously he's the man that's got the points lead. 1 win, 3 top 5s, and 6 top 10s for the driver, the 47. He's got an 80-point lead over Dalton Tucker, who has pretty much been the Pied Piper, leading around lap number 40 on back of this race. He's in the second spot in the points with, of course, 4 poles, 3 wins, 4 top 5s, and 4 top 10s for the number 21. Brian Wirtz in car 82, ironically, 82 points back to Isaac Mock. 1 win, 4 top 5s, and 5 top 10s. Matt Cherry with 1 top 5, 4 top 10s, no wins. He's in the 4th spot, 140 points back. Noah Rainwater, 201 points back with 3 top 5 to 3 top 10s. And here comes now Tucker, ready to bring his leading 21 onto the pit lane for the second time, Steve.
There he is, your leader again. I like this strategy a little bit better because, again, right now, if you're, the guys before Dingler who are pitting on lap 40, 80, I'm guessing 120 would be next. They're kind of in that mode of, cutting it close at the end of the race on fuel. I like this idea of pitting a little bit later, so maybe 41 before, 83 now, maybe 125 next time by. So you got to save that fuel because you don't know if green and white checkers will happen later on in the race. A lot can happen.
Yeah, we're watching green flag pit stops take on again as here comes now the Wendy's machine up in front. He now has a chance to lead the race and lead some laps. And, of course, that's the driver. Davrasik is up in front again. So, yeah.
Yes, he is.
Davrasik is leading. I love it. Wendy's. I think I'm going to get some Wendy's tonight. I got another iRacing broadcast at 9:30, but I think I'm going to have it delivered to my door. Yeah, make sure I get it before the possums run off with it, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, boy. A little ink and blink and nod there for a second. Got a lot of cars at this racetrack, but we're still rocking and rolling. Davrasik down the leader. Peterson in second in that High Rock vodka machine. Castor is in third, followed by Lotus and Knighton, top 5. That's the way it stands. We're working now halfway in about another 15 laps. We'll take a quick break as more green flag pit stops are going on. We're going to go side by side. You don't miss a thing. This is Race Day's coverage of No Limit Racing from Charlotte, in the Luke's Playhouse 300 is back. Pit stops are ongoing here on race day. Welcome back to our coverage from Charlotte. This is the Luke's Playhouse 300. I'm Wesley Outlet, Steve Tucker alongside. Hope you enjoyed our race day nonstop coverage presented by Admin Box. Hey, by the way, thanks to all the sponsors that make it happen on the series that we definitely do appreciate, like IMB Racewear. Thank you also to Butt Kicker, Extreme Graphics, obviously, IMB Racewear, and what is it? Coding Plus. We appreciate all
Powder
of them.
Coat Plus, yes, sir.
Powder Coat Plus, yes, sir. Powder Coat Plus. Sorry, I don't have the list in front of me. But most importantly, we want to say a big thank you to Luke's Playhouse. We appreciate Luke's Playhouse. Throw their graphic up on the screen one more time. We appreciate them again. Luke's Playhouse is a nonprofit organization with the goal of providing aquatic therapy for children and adults with chronic illnesses. Our goal is to build an aquatic center with a gym that can provide not only water therapy, but a fully handicapped accessible gym for adaptive sports. Do your part to help. Find them on Facebook at Luke's Playhouse Wellness Center and Gym to learn more, or you can email them at lukesplayhouseinc@gmail.com. There is a place if you'd like to donate via Zelle. They posted that link. I know Brandon, Steve did on the broadcast. Brandon sent us the link of that. And also, we want to acknowledge one of our racing friends, Joel Hamilton, Racing for a Different Foundation. And this week, that's the American Heart Association here. I'm #Heart Racing to improve overall health and well-being of Americans and future generations. My goal is to reach $1,500. Help him reach that goal by clicking on the link somewhere up on the chat box, and you can be able to do that. Again, raise your way for Raise Your Way for AHA, which is abbreviated for American Heart Association. Raise Your Way for AHA.fundraise.org/fundraiser/Joe Hamilton. And I know he'll definitely be appreciating that as well. So, got that out of the way. Remember, capital letters, Luke's Playhouse, and at halfway, someone's going to win a $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. And all the while, Steve, from one Steve Tucker to another, Dalton Tucker just running away with this thing here, man. Ever since that end of the first round pit stops, he's took advantage of going to the lead, and he hasn't looked back. I want to say he's got about he's led about 60 laps of this race now.
It has, yeah. It's been most of them, and right now he's just showing off just the muscle, right? I mean, looking really good. Up 7 spots in the day, started P8, and 2.3 second lead right now. Miranda is fast, I feel like, and maybe on his level at some point, but if we get a yellow flag and they, go on equal tires and whatnot, I think we'll have a fight. But right now, Tucker's just doing a great job holding off.
Yeah, I mean, right now, just definitely just having a really strong run, doing well, minding his P's and Q's, staying out of trouble, and everybody's happy right now watching all this transpire here. So, appreciate you joining us on No Limit Racing and Race Day. Round number 8 is closing in on already 150 miles into this race, and right now, Dalton Tucker is the Pied Piper, leading them here at Charlotte. Mario Miranda in second spot, Ryan Dingler third, Matt Cherry, as well as Sean Boundy, the top 5. Nathan Paris, Grant Peterson, Jordan Darasick, as well as Brandon Frontapple, Alec Coates, right now the top 10. And for the most part, there's been some moments of excitement, no doubt here, Steve, but then it kind of fizzles out, and I'm fine with that. We don't want to have a wreck fest out here. We don't want that.
Exactly.
Letting this race go by fairly quickly, so we do appreciate everybody joining us here. No Limit Racing, and of course, what a show going on right now. Put a program for round number 8, and obviously the playoffs right around the schedule, around the corner. We go to Richmond next week, and then we go into Homestead, and obviously from there on, those last 2 races start determining the run to the championship. And obviously, we're having the racing. I would say this: it was kind of a wreck fest the first 5 weeks of the year, no doubt, Steve. But whatever they've told these guys in the most recent weeks, they've really improved in their driver talents for sure.
Yeah, it really is, right? And that's just the it's just kudos, obviously, to just the admin team and Brandon, who's the head honcho over there too. Also in today's race, actually, in P9 right there, there he is, looking pretty good in the Extreme Graphics Machine, number 30. So yeah, it takes a lot to put on a show this good, and yeah, got to give him props, man.
Definitely doing a phenomenal. I guess that's the best way of doing it, Steve, is right now the back straightaway. Tucker the leader. Miranda second, Dingler third, Cherry, Bondi, top five. There you see some more guys working their way around the racetrack. And obviously, in addition to lead lap traffic, there are lap cars. Lap traffic is up in the front of the leaders as well. And that makes it very interesting that you got to mind your P's and Q's and watch around getting around this track too.
It does, yeah. Right now, the top 24 are on the lead lap, 25th on down. Starting with Barrier, is a lap down. So Brandon Barrier right now is the free pass driver if a yellow were to come out right now in that 53 Fearless Creations machine. So we're going to try and stick onto that or stick into that position there and work his way back up to the front. But we're past the halfway point, Wesley. Race is going by just fantastic. Very fast.
It certainly has, man. It has. We've mentioned the top five and everybody else right now working their way around the racetrack. They pitted around lap number 80 to 90 a few moments ago, and obviously let's tally up the names of, or at least the amount of people, if you will, that signed up, and I'll queue up my random number generator on my box, and I guess we'll find out who was qualified. So, how many people signed up, Steve? I know you're counting it up right now. How many people?
Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm seeing 5 right now.
Going to show 5. All right, so we're going to do what we did last week. We're going to get that final push to try to get some more names because we got over 40 people watching this thing. If you want to get a chance for a $25 gift card from IMB Racewear, everybody qualifies. It's random number generator. We're going to go to lap number 110. Okay, so I'm going to give you until lap 110. So you've got about 7 laps. We're going to be nice because it is Memorial Day, and it's for the kids with Luke's Playhouse. So we're going to be nice and let you put in capital letters, Luke's Playhouse, and we're going to go all the way to lap 110, and then my buddy Steve's going to tally it up one more time and see where we're at from there. And last chance efforts to get signed up for that $25 gift card from IMB Racewear. Nightfall settles in here in Charlotte. The Luke's Playhouse 300 rolls along, and obviously it is still the driver, Mr. Tucker, Nolan Dalton Tucker, picking him up and putting him down as the leader. And man, watching now, Darasick battling along with Ryan Dingler. It seems like they have been like just fisticuffs all night long, battling right alongside one another since this race has started, Steve.
Yeah, they're not messing around right now, right? And track position is key. You want the clean air, and right now you're in that 5th to 6th area right now, so you're pretty close to that front pack, obviously. And it's just, I mean, you have to just, you're fighting all the time. That 75 hits the wall right there of Nathan Paris. It keeps on trucking.
Does keep on trucking, no doubt about it. And right now, watching all of these guys working their way back around the racetrack, put another lap on the board. Look at now, Darasick again up the hill. Plenty of room given to him. Paris will follow on the inside. Bondi will follow to the inside. The front Apple and Cherry. And you got to think as well, halfway through this thing, closing in on under 90 laps to go. You know, when does aggression settle in? SB Fabrication, number 05, Noah Rainwater out there doing really good as well. Starting to see that last-ditch push to try to get some more viewers to get qualified for that gift card. And obviously, we're watching all of this transpire. But yeah, that's the question I got, Steve. When do you kind of be a little bit more aggressive coming down to the stretch of this thing?
Yeah, it's not yet. I know that, right? You want to be in position. You want to know what exactly your situation is, fuel-wise, tire-wise, right? Once you kind of have a clear picture as to what you need to do to get to the end of the race, at that point, that's kind of when you gauge it, right? At this point, you're about 2 in the chat.
Got 2 laps to do it.
Get going, yeah.
2 laps to do it. Time is running out. Come, as they always say. absence is the faint at heart. So make sure you do what you can to help out. Don't forget to also help out, make a donation for Luke's Playhouse and the American Heart Association. So we got 2 charities that going on now throughout the night. And we are quickly approaching that random number generator. All right, let's tally it up again, Steve, as we are past lap 110 when they come to the line. How many new people do we have? I think you said we had 5 the last go around. I did see a big push at the end.
I see 8 right now. 8 total.
Okay, so we added about 3 more. Okay, so we got 3 more added. So we're going to do random number generator for 1 through 8, and you tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Wow, you haven't said stop yet.
Just awkward pause. Yeah, stop right now.
Well, guess what? Whoever was the 8th person to sign up for random number generator, you are the winner.
There it is.
Oh my goodness, it's the guy that helped us out with Diresic. JCR Titans 312. Thank you for your help.
Oh.
And because of that, we reward you. And he wins a $25 gift card from IMB Racewear there, Steve.
Actually, breaking news, it's actually Richard Lanning. Lanning is is P8 right there. He snuck one in after JCR, so he's the eighth spot.
We have controversy even in the racewear apparel. So let's count it up one more time. Let's be nice, and we'll try to make sure it's fair. We will do a recount, not like politics. All right, let's see here.
Oof.
Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is official. JCR, my apologies. It is Richard Lanning. Richard Lanning is the winner of the IMB Racewear $25 gift card. And how cool was that? He was a last-minute guy to sign up. Oh, yeah, I was being nice because I actually did go to lap 110. I don't think I'm going to do that from now on. We'll stop at halfway. I'm going to stop being nice to people, right? So, but congratulations, though, Richard Lanning. Contact Steve Tucker, Race Day, Brandon Frontapple, somebody with IMB Racewear, and they will get you your gift card. And we go back to the race with 85 laps to go. No cautions. Still,
unreal.
Steve, what a phenomenal job for these guys. What a way to go. What an attaboy.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive so far. I mean, we're not seeing a lot of we're seeing close racing, right? But we're not seeing super aggressive racing. You know,
right.
It almost seems like so far that people are like, okay, I'm out here, I'm doing my thing, I'm okay with where I'm at. That's good for now, but we're 85 laps to go to decide the end of this race, and one of the most prestigious races again on the season. You know,
yes.
You gotta go. It's go time here pretty soon.
Yeah, that was one of the things I asked right before we did random number generator was, okay, when does patience go out the window? When do you got to be a little bit more aggressive to make a run for the finish of this race? And obviously, I got a feeling it's definitely quickly approaching, no doubt. Look at them working their way around the racetrack. Still Dalton Tucker, the man that leads the way. And I'll tell you this as well. We did we went through the points earlier, and you got to think about this too, Steve. Dalton Tucker is going to make every push he can to try to run down Isaac Mock, and with Isaac having the problems he had earlier tonight, that's just in favor of Dalton Tucker to try to get as much as he can one up on these guys to try to make a run to, cash in for a victory, obviously. 5th win of the year, or fourth win of the year. But in addition to that, make a push to run down Isaac Mock for the championship. Oh,
yeah. I mean, and that's going to be the case, right? So, but still a long way to go. And this is one of those races that, you want to check off the list, and it pays points all the same. So, obviously, lap 118 doesn't pay points, but lap 200 does. So, you got to get to the end of the race first, and once you do, you might be okay. Joel Hamilton right now coming down pit road, lap 120. So we're going to start to see green flag pit stops for the 3rd time, Wesley.
Yeah, we know that it's quickly approaching, no doubt about it, that we are definitely keeping an eye on all of this happening as these guys go on. Right now, another lap on the board. Tucker, Miranda, Peterson, Darasic, and Parrish right now, the top 5. There's Mock. There's the points leader, and he's on pit road. I don't want to say per se that this is the money stop, but it is the next to last money stop of this race, especially if we continue to stay caution-free. No doubt.
It is, yeah, because right now we're going to expect these guys to come down pit road once more after this pit stop around about 160 to 165, right? And that'll be it. So if we have green, white, checkered, finishes, then, that'll be what it is. But lap 160 will be the next time we expect them to come down pit road, and that'll be, to your point, the last time. Here comes the leader.
Green flag pit stops. Yep, here he comes. Dalton Tucker coming in. Had a feeling he was going to be coming down to the pit lane, and here it comes now. So obviously they're going to come in. They're going to make their pit stops and make it now quickly. And here's the thing. You want to hit your marks on pit road, and you don't want to make no mistakes either, Steve. You want to quickly get on there, get on the racetrack, exit the racetrack, and have a decent lap put down, no doubt.
Yes, sir. A lot of drivers coming down now. Lap 122. A lot of the leaders, a lot of the top 10. Do apologize, folks, for the flickering as well. Sometimes these servers on iRacing can be a little sketchy, and right now with 40 drivers on the service in one group in one race. Oh, the 24 hits the same bump that Isaac Mock did.
Wow.
Got to be careful. I don't expect us to drop, is my point, folks. But if we do, the stream will go back live. Do apologize. Sometimes technology is one of those things, right?
It
so
happens.
it does.
It's
but
not your fault.
Exactly. Just want to make sure
Leave
people
Steve
know.
alone.
Oh my
the
word.
Luke's Playhouse Wellness Center and Gym 300 here tonight for the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. By the way, follow us at No Limit Racing on, of course, Facebook and NLRleague.com. You can also go to Twitter, X. Okay, X. It's not Twitter, X. It is X. And on the X world, go to @RaceDayIRacing. And you can find all the details on Race Day, what they promote, what they're doing, all that cool stuff, everything throughout the week. Also leading up to No Limit Racing broadcast with my partner, Steve Tucker. I'm Wesley Outland closing in on lap 125 when they come to the line this time by, and 75 laps to go. And again, so far, over, all right, let's see, let's do the math. We're on lap 125 of 300, so you take them, you do the math with me, everybody. 125 times 1.5. We're closing in on almost 200 miles into this race, 187 and a half, as a matter of fact. 190 miles, and Steve, we have gone caution-free. Peterson on pit road now. Darasic is up in front. Peterson on pit road. Beautiful-looking race car. If I wanted to vote for one of the cars for the best appearing car for this Memorial Day event, it would be between the 16, obviously, of Dingler and the 54 Peterson, and I'd have to give it to Peterson. I'd have to give it to him.
Yeah, it really is nice. I'm honestly kind of in the boat for Ryan Dingler. I think this thing is just so good looking. It's got some kind of low-key stuff in there. In the white, there's some like translucent stars and stuff. I'm just a huge fan of this paint scheme. But that's me. Hey, we split the pot. Not a bad deal, but all around just great paint scheme for a good cause, obviously.
Pit stops going on. We will step away and go side by side because we can. We're going to be back with more coverage from Charlotte and Luke's Playhouse 300. This is coverage of No Limit Racing on race day. 70 laps to go here at this, again, Luke's Playhouse 300. And let's rest our voices for a few laps and let's listen to Race Day from Charlotte. It's time to feel the roar with the next gen Cup cars for No Limit Racing. Bring the noise. That's what you should call it. Bring the noise. What's that? All right. Well, you know,
I mean,
sometimes you just have to, you know, accept it for what it is. That was very choppy. Very choppy noise delivery.
Yeah, we brought something,
Steve,
but
it's not your fault.
we brought something, but it wasn't noise. That's for sure.
Bradley Robinson bringing the lag. I don't know. I'll just look when it's live. It's live. I tell people that all the time in my broadcast career. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
It was so funny. Yes, I mean, sometimes I don't know. Today, the internet or I don't know. It could be all kinds of stuff.
Don't feel bad, Steve Tucker. The world is going off there. The racing world is going bananas right now because even flow racing's crashed. So you know, even flow racing's gone off the grid, and people have gone, you know, part of my language, batshit crazy. So yeah. Oh yeah, I'm seeing comments like crazy. Oh my God, I can't watch this. What happened? Da, 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 da. So people, relax, okay? It happened. Listen, I'm going to tell people something. God's honest truth, Steve Tucker.
Yes, sir.
Couple of weeks ago, all them people that were going bonkers over outer space and aeronautics and the northern lights, okay? It messed up a lot of satellite and signals. Broadcast that we were supposed to have done for racing, streaming-wise, that I was broadcasting for, had technical issues because of the northern lights. So I was not a fan of the northern lights. I digress.
Love to hear that.
No, I'm serious, though. I mean, it literally, you know, people don't realize this, Steve, but the weather, cloud cover, the cold, the heat, raining, storming, too much sun, all of these things can affect stuff that goes along with the internet. And I don't want to go off subject, but you know, hey, it's iRacing and it's part of the internet as well. And if it doesn't work, then you know it goes down. So yeah.
Agreed. Jordan Bridges in the chat. Man, this dude's soft. Not sure what that means.
What the hell is he talking about?
I don't know.
What the hell? Anyhow, Tucker is the man that leads the way. Miranda second, Peterson third, Harris and Bondi top five. That's the way it stands. We're closing in on 3/4 of the way of this event. And all the while, there you see Darvasic one more time down to the inside. The Wendy's car battling. Wirtz is now right there, racing two. Wirtz is, though, I think he's right now multiple laps down. Yeah, I think he's all the way in the back, but he's kind of hanging his on. There you see Dingler again. I would vote for the Wendy's car, Darvasic as well, to be in the rundown for the good-looking Memorial Day car.
I mean,
also because I'm hungry.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The Wendy's car is still red, white, and blue. So I'm going to throw it into that patriotic paint scheme pool.
I am, yeah. Yeah. So all of this is going on down the stretch we roll. So glad you're joining us here on race day. And you see now, of course, Mr. Tucker leading the way. He is the guy that's up in front right now. Go home, Jordan, you're drunk. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the heck this guy was thinking about calling me soft or Steve, was he calling you soft? Who was he calling soft? I don't even know where the hell that come from, right? I mean, what in the world?
I don't know.
This guy get a hold of grandma's cough medicine too early in the daytime or something? I mean, I was, what in the world?
Yep. One too many Flintstone vitamins. I don't know, man. All kinds of stuff going on over there. But right now, Dalton Tucker in P1, getting around lap traffic, the 18 car going further.
Is that Dingler? I'm sorry, that's the 18.
Brandon Cooper.
That Dingler's in the 16. Cooper's going a lap down, yeah. And there's Khan in the 14 to the bottom. I mean, they're picking them up and putting them down. And I think right now we've got, 30 cars on the lead. No, correction, 28 cars, and it's updating more and more and more. Oh my goodness, timing and scoring's gone cattywampus as well. If it's correct now, 19 cars are on the lead lap. Brandon Ish is the first car on the lead lap on the racetrack right now. That's cool.
Brentley Roden in the chat from Harpoon Design, one of our fantastic race day partners.
Oh, he was making fun of Brantley.
I know, unbelievable.
Wow.
I can't repeat what he said, but
big thanks to Harpoon Design for being the sponsor. And what did we call that on the graphics whenever it popped up on the bottom?
Bring the noise normally.
Yeah,
but,
I like that.
Yeah. I like what you said, though. What did you say?
I don't know.
I have to go back to the VOD. Oh, it was.
Did I say Race Day Thunder?
Something about like, I don't know. I don't think you can even recreate what you said, but it was amazing. And I'm going to steal the idea, patent it, and it's already registered. The legal team is already working on it, and thank you so much for your contribution.
Well, did I say Race Day Feel the Roar?
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, Feel the Roar. That is a great one.
Yeah. Anyhow, this race is approaching 50 laps to go. I cannot believe that this race has gone caution-free. Big kudos to all these guys. Vengeful Inferno, where is Victor Pfluger hiding at right now? Let's find out where the driver is that you're requesting. Son of a biscuit, I just deleted my time and scoring.
Folks, it's lap 146. We've gone green the entire time. We are unhinged on a Thursday night. But here he is, Victor Pfluger, P16.
Yeah. Hey, he's on the lead lap. He's on a lap down. He's not really gone. I deleted it again. Son of a... Anyhow, there he is again. He's in the top 16 on the racetrack. I got too many pages opened up at one time. Sorry. So, yeah.
Things heating up.
It is. Brother, you ready to carry this last 50 laps, brother, to the finish?
Yes, sir, I am. I know you got to go. And
yeah, I've got to bounce, everybody, unfortunately. And I will tell you this will be my final time this year that I have to leave early because of other iRacing broadcast obligations at the bottom of the hour. But I'm looking forward to seeing how the outcome turns, and I look forward to seeing everybody at Virtual Richmond next Thursday night. Matter of fact, for part of my announcing duties this weekend, I've got to drive through Richmond, Virginia to go to where I got to go to. So be good, stay safe. Thank you to Luke's Playhouse. Thank you to the American Heart Association, all of the great sponsors, of course, for the No Limit Racing Extreme Graphics Cup Series. And Steve Tucker is going to take you the rest of the way with about 50 laps to go. Thanks to our audience. God bless you all. Happy Memorial Day, and I'll see you next week at Richmond.
Yes, sir. Big thanks to Wesley. Obviously, a huge asset here for race day. And I'll tell you what, just been working with him on Thursday nights, and hate to see him go tonight, but man, he is a man who knows what he's doing, and we love to see that. And a good man right there. So either way, you're stuck with me for the next 50 laps to end this thing. We have been green the entire way. Holy! Chicago lane last week was all green all the way, and right now, 150 laps in at the line right here. Dalton Tucker, your leader. in front of all these lap down cars. This is pretty wild right here. We know how fast he is. But man, things heating up right here. And this race, though, is still important. This is for that free pass position. So key to stay in front. If a caution were to come out, this is the race for who will get that #1 spot. And we're 3 wide. Whoa! Good stuff right now. Again, big thanks to Luke's Playhouse. There it is, Luke's Playhouse Wellness Center and Gym. Go and check them out online, folks. Huge supporters of them. Trying to build an aquatic center for the handicapped folks they have there. And man, what a great cause. And we are very proud to have them on board today. We're trying what we can to support it. Also, too, pinned in the chat, those of you who are just joining in, Joel Hamilton on track right now has the American Heart Association on the car. He's doing a fundraiser today to try and raise $1,500 by the end of the race, or by the end of the, his campaign. And that link is there in the pinned message. So go there and make a donation if you can. Anything helps, obviously, and great cause by a great guy. So a lot going on right now, but Dalton Tucker is your leader. But for how long? Miranda has finally caught up to him, actually. 0.4 of a second. It's been extremely close. And getting down to it. For the most part, the lead has been about 2.5, 3 seconds for majority of the race. Tucker has just kind of held on to it and stayed up front. But Miranda, as this long green flag run has gone on, he's found something. Better tire wear, whatever it might be, but we are looking pretty good here, and we're very, very close to the last pit stops of the day. We expect the leaders to come down between lap 160 and 165, and that should be it, barring any overtime or green-white checkered flag finishes. A lot of new names in the chat. Big thanks to you folks for doing that. Supporting the league, supporting the channel. You can be doing a whole lot on a Thursday night, but you're here, and we love that. So thank you so much. We're going to end this thing right now. Can we go green for the entirety of this 200 laps? Normally, this race would have been 134. But 200 today, it's modeled after the real world Coke 600. Half the distance. Good stuff right here. Matt Cherry going to be in the middle here. Was 3 wide, but now not. Dingler as well, P8. And super good stuff all the way around right now. That lead, though, look at this. Dalton Tucker, we're going to focus on this right now. Miranda is right there. He's catching him, and he has caught him. Can he make the pass around? So far, so good. He found something on this green flag run here, this pit cycle, that has made him right there with a touch right there on a turn 2. Gotta be careful. Miranda looking really, really good right here. Still down low and at the line right here. Still super close. This is for pit road too. Again, we're about 2 to 5 laps away from seeing these come down pit road. No one's saving fuel right now. Obviously, they are good to go. Dalton Tucker last pit on lap 123, I believe it was. So he can go until about 163, 165 potentially. And he might do that. If this thing stays green like they think they do. Oh, man, the 18 of Brandon Cooper was super close right there. These cars are faster than the leaders as Miranda makes a move. Oh no, Dalton Tucker gets involved here with Cooper. A lap down car. Unbelievable. What are we doing? And that right now will give the lead to Mario Miranda. And there he is in P1. Dalton Tucker falls to second place right now. 2/10 back. Amazing job by all of these guys right here. Dalton Tucker, man, got so close to the 18 of Cooper. And Cooper makes sense, right? It makes sense why he's trying to stay and race the leaders. He wants to stay on that lead lap, but also, too, wants to maintain that lucky dog position, right? So that's key. Couldn't get it done. And there he is. But the leaders are still fighting for it. We're going to watch them as they come here. Jordan Dwasik here. All looking pretty quick. Our first taker, Barrett Morton. Matt Lovett right here. Bunch of guys. Sean Lodison. In a short pit here, Mario Miranda from the lead comes down pit road. This will give him that at least one more lap advantage on the tires. This could be huge, but this is the money stop. You cannot make a mistake. No speeding. Get into your pit box the right way. Don't hit the bumps on exit of the pit road, because those are pretty wild, as we saw earlier with Isaac Mock hitting him. Look at this huge run right there. Your leader, Dalton Tucker, now coming down pit road. Huge implications all the way around. Look at this. All coming off pit road here. Sean Bound looking pretty stout right now in third spot. Paint scheme looking pretty good too. I haven't taken a look at it just yet. Look at that. I feel like I don't know what that says on the side. Some kind of Star Wars logo or something. I don't know, but it looks like the design of like a pod racer or something in the first episode 1. Cool stuff. Here comes Jordan, that 62 Wendy's machine coming down pit road. Matthew Taylor will take over the lead in that W machine if he stays out. Victor Pfluger as well, right now being shown as P3. Not a bad run, obviously, but still has to pit. But this is the battle right here we have to watch out for. Miranda and Tucker. The lead is about 1.5 seconds, give or take. These are the two who will take over the top 2 spots once green flag pit stops are over. Clean exit right there for the Wendy's machine. And Matthew Taylor right now as well comes down pit road. Pretty conservative entry, as well as Pfluger. Mario Miranda now takes the lead back over on lap 165. Green flag pit stops are essentially over right now. And that brings the leaders back into the situation here. Dalton Tucker has to figure out, how can he get around Miranda right now? Miranda found something on the tires, but now it's Tucker's turn to really kind of figure out how to get around him. You don't want to waste your tires catching him right now, right? You want to kind of do it over these next 34 laps. Maybe a tenth a lap, maybe half a tenth a lap, but get there ever so slightly. You're still in that draft. That'll help a little bit, but also lap traffic. We have not seen a lot of that yet, and right now we're seeing a lot of it. 2 cars down low right here. This is going to slow down Miranda quite a bit. Very good stuff here. This is, I feel like, going to be the strategy, right? Tucker is going to have to catch Miranda, but Miranda will have to hold off Tucker, right? But lap down cars, and Matthew Taylor's next. With Brendan Ish and Brandon Cooper. A lot of these guys going to be fighting for this. A lot of battles. This is for positions too, right? Nathan Paris, Matt Cherry, and Dingler. And this is all for position. That top 10, top 11. Majority of the field, a lot of them are a lap down, as you see on the tower right. 31st on down is at least 2 laps down. And with that top 15, Matt Lovett is the last driver on the lead lap in that extreme graphics machine. Look at that. Man, looking really, really good today. I'm a sucker for blue and white, and that looks pretty clean, man. So good stuff there, obviously. But all this is for position. A lot of drivers a lap down. You can see it right there. About 16th to 28th is 1 lap down. So a lot of fighting still to be had on the circuit. Robert Kahn now making his way down pit road. The lead once more heats back up. Right behind lap traffic. You can see Dalton Tucker kind of taking a bit of a wide entry right there. Gets to straighten out the car on exit. It's a really good run here. How does he get around him? Tucker and Miranda. Man, still fighting right here. Tucker has the spot. Will get a better exit right here, typically. Can he clear Miranda? Not yet. Amazing job so far by these guys. There's so many good battles on track, but right now, this is the most important one. This is for the win, and Dalton Tucker takes the lead back from Mario Miranda on lap 172. Will that be it? Did Miranda find some more speed in that car, the 98 Victory fuel machine? Or was that the pass right there to get Dalton Tucker the win? Still 27 laps to go. Keep in mind, folks, it has gone green the entire way, which is unreal. Super impressive by this league, obviously. Right now we're seeing 40 drivers in the field. Super, super clean racing. And that's what it takes, right? 40 guys wanting a clean race and showing respect on track. It's great to see, obviously. And right now, Dalton Tucker is that leader. Can open the gap a little bit, but I'm telling you what, it's not over yet, right? How well can Dalton Tucker get through the lap traffic up ahead? And can Mario get through it better? We'll cover that as we go. But more battles on track. Dingler right here and Hank Kasten. This is for a top 10 spot. All these points matter. Playoffs are so close. They've got to get themselves in position. Noah Rainwater here and Brandon Cooper. Side by side. Haven't covered Rainwater a whole lot tonight, but he's had a good race so far in P17. He's down 8 spots. He started P9, so not really where he was initially, but has some right side damage a little bit. Doesn't seem all too bad, just cosmetic a little bit, but some scratches. But keeps it going. 25 laps to go, and Dingler made a good move right there to get some spots. Just jumped up to P8. Quentin Lee, your pole sitter, again, hasn't quite had the race he's wanted in that Dale's custom die-cast machine. Another patriotic paint scheme. Looking extremely good today. Nothing's changed so far for Dalton Tucker up front. Mario Miranda. We're going to step aside once more and thank our sponsors. We'll go race day nonstop. We'll come back for the conclusion here of Luke's Playhouse 300. Alrighty, folks, welcome back right now to the Luke's Playhouse 300. We've been caution-free the entire time with 20 laps to go here. What an incredible race. It has been the 42 Hank Kasten, Ryan Dingler battling here for a top 10, 8th and 9th. And so far, they're still in the lead lap, but man, how long? Because the leaders are doing such a good job. And just overall, really, really impressive. The lead right now has stayed the same so far. Dalton Tucker still P1. Mario Miranda 0.3 of a second back, and he's getting through traffic pretty well as well, opposed to Tucker. So these guys getting through the field quite well. Peterson in third spot. But man, look at the mess he is involved in right now. We'll watch this for a second because this whole area is pretty wild. Bouncing around, lap down traffic. Trying to get through it as best as possible. Great stuff all around right now. Seeing, ooh, who was that down low? I believe that was Quentin Lee. Yeah, way off pace right there for a second. The number 2 machine, excuse me, in 34th spot. Just not quite what he wanted today, but these boys right here still fighting. Kasten and Matt Cherry. So far, extremely impressive right now. Still fighting for it. Everyone else, though, a quick run through the top 10. Let's get to that. Matt Cherry, obviously, as we've been covering these last couple laps, looking very, very good. Up 18 spots of the day so far. Having a great run. Hank Kasten right in front, 30 spots. Started nearly dead last and up to P9 so far. Very, very impressive. Dingler has led a couple laps here today. Was fast early on and slipping back just a little bit, but right now in P8, not too bad. Brandon Fernafel, haven't talked much about him, but a super clean race today. All the fenders on that extreme graphics machine. Looking good as always in P7. Nathan Paris in the Panto at number 75. Love how that 75 is kind of transparent right there. Pretty cool stuff. Loving that paint scheme and having a great day in P6. Sean Boundy. Very, very cool paint scheme right here, too. Again, not super sure what it means. Not going to lie to you, but I love how it looks. And right now, a quiet P5, but very, very impressive stuff. Jordan Dewasic, Wendy's car. What else can I say? I love it. Looking pretty good. The Biggie Bag machine, very clean. Grant Peterson, he's been doing really well lately. Multiple top 5s and top 3s, and right here on his way again to a top 3 as well. Great, great stuff. Miranda in the 98 Victory Fuel machine. Use code Super Mario, as you see there on the side of the car. Very, very fast. And knows how to get it done. Already won a race this season, Darlington. So he can win the big races. Right now, though, 13 laps away. Needs to try and find something here to get around Tucker, who has been absolutely on fire lately. 3 race wins, all recently. Has had a lot of adversity during those races, but man, right now, this has been one of those races where he has just had a classic beatdown. Has done so well, and very, very fast. Good to see him doing well again. He's a tough man to beat. And again, right now, class of the field today. So still 12 laps to go for the Luke's Playhouse 300. There it is. Luke's Wellness Center and Gym. Go and check them out, folks. Very, very cool people doing God's work, man. Doing some great stuff out there. And go and check them out on the social medias. Very awesome stuff. But right now, a couple of movement right here. Derek Castor, these guys in the back, all fighting for a top 10 spot. They are not messing around. Even then, though, 10 laps to go, and these guys are all fighting for a top 10 spot. Nothing changing for the lead right now. It's still a 3/10 of a lead right now. But we're 3 wide for top 10. Oh, my word, look at this. Everyone making it work right now. The 14 slips back a little bit. But so far, incredible job by these guys. Lap traffic right now, Isaac Mock, currently your points leader right there in the 47. Going another lap down, but that closes the gap a little bit more to Miranda. He is right there in the back behind Dalton Tucker. What's he do? A little tap right there in the left rear. They touch side by side, dooring each other. Don't take each other out. Oh my word, so tight right there. 8 laps to go. This could be it. Doesn't get it done right there. Has to pull out a little bit. Unbelievable. Dalton Tucker holds on to that. I'm seeing William Henderson goes around right here. He's off the track. Down below the apron. That will not bring on a caution as it is off the racing surface. Gonna get it fired back up. And there we go. We stay green. And just an incredible run here. 6 laps to go. We're going to stay right here, folks, on the leaders. Can Miranda catch Tucker? Oh, no! Clobbers the wall in turn 4. Pushing it so hard right there. Just couldn't quite get it done. That right there might be it. He was close to Tucker a couple laps ago. And he made him pay a little bit. Door bumped him and tried to move him up the track. Just couldn't quite get the job done. Tucker might still have one last chance here to get around him. Everyone else right now on track, pretty quiet. Single file for the most part. But this is it. Dalton Tucker up front and Miranda right behind. Just super impressive stuff. There's Joel Hamilton's car real quick. We'll cover that once more, folks. The pinned link in the chat will bring you to the foundation link for his fundraiser today. In the foundation, trying to reach $1,500 today for the foundation. There it is right there. The American Heart Association. Great stuff and a great cause. Really, really impressive. So go and do that if you can. Any contribution can help. But right now, Dalton Tucker, here he is. Going to come around. 2 laps remaining for the Luke's Playhouse 300, excuse me. And man, caution free last week at Chicagoland. An incredible race, 134 laps. And then right now, green flag for the longest race of the season. 200 laps. And almost 199 complete. And here we go. Dalton Tucker, under no pressure from Mario Miranda. Here he is, the white flag for Luke's Playhouse 300. An absolutely incredible show of sportsmanship, race control, and just speed throughout all the competitors today. Green flag last week, green flag today, the entire way through. And Dalton Tucker will continue to show off his dominance of the season. He has become the clear choice for the championship contender today. Dalton Tucker is your Luke's Playhouse 300 winner today from Charlotte. Man, what can you say about Dalton Tucker that hasn't already been said? Just an incredible performance by him. Super quick. Miranda found something there towards the end in that last pit stop, but man, just couldn't quite get it done. And here he is, a winner once more. Your top three: Dalton Tucker, Mario Miranda, Grant Peterson, Jordan Dwasik, and Sean Boundy. Your top five. Left side of your screen shows off all the results from the race today. And Dalton Tucker going to burn them down once more. He's gotten plenty of practice to do it this season. And there he is. Back-to-back races and back-to-back wins. Not a bad day's work today. We're going to come back real quick, folks. We'll talk to a few sponsors and thank them. Stick around for the top three interviews. Here we go, folks. Welcome back to the conclusion of Luke's Playhouse 300 from Charlotte. Huge thanks to you folks for being here. We've had a great turnout all night long. I appreciate all the likes and subscriptions. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I believe we're so close to hitting 700 today subs. If we do that, you guys are awesome. Right now, we're going to bring in the top three. We'll start off with Grant Peterson in third spot. Let's bring him in real quick if we can find him. Here he is, right here. Hey, Grant Peterson, man. Steve in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, dude, really good job today. P3, you looked pretty quick, obviously. Love the patriotic high rock machine today. How'd the race go for you? Green flag racing again. Must have been tiring.
Oh, yeah, it was fun. Like last week, once again, I felt like I was able to save my tires more as the race progressed on. Just the last run, I wish I would have pitted a little bit more earlier and would have been in front of those lap cars, because I felt like those really held me up. And I was reeling them in, reeling leaders in, but once you get to those lap cars, there's really nothing you can do with all the air blocking.
Yes, sir, man. Really impressive run today, obviously, and another green flag run. So awesome job. Real quick, give us your shout outs, any friends, family, sponsors. Who you got?
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to Barrett Morton, Ryan Dingler, and Austin McColgan. Austin, I know he kind of had a rough race with blinking, and then Ryan and Barrett, I think they both had solid races. Another shout out to Holden McGill. He's another one of my buddies who's running pretty quick in another league, and obviously Brandon and all the admin team for putting this league racing on, and you for broadcasting.
Yes, sir, man. Thanks a lot. Hey, catch you next week. Great job tonight, man.
All right, see you, man.
There he is, Grant Peterson. Awesome job today again. Really consistent so far this season. P2, we're going to go to Mario Miranda. There he is. Number 98, Victory Fuel Machine. Let's see if we can steal him real quick. Away from his teammates. There he is. Hey, Mario Miranda, man. Steve in the booth. Really, really impressive run today. Obviously, kind of played, in that second spot the entire race. I feel like you found something there maybe in that last 50 laps, and you caught Dalton. I mean, what would have to happen, man, to win the race today? Either way, it looked really good.
Thank you. Yeah, just a lot of setbacks trying to get back up to Dalton. Had the lead in the first half, or not even the first half, just like the first 4 laps, and made a mistake and fell back to seventh, and it, without clean air, it was kind of hard to save tires, and found myself back up to second at some point, and was really good on the long run. Anything past lap 20 was really good in the middle half of the race, but as I got closer to Dalton, as we got closer to the end of the race, I kept pushing it more and more, and kind of forgot my morals, or racing morals at that point. Kind of forgot to save, and I think that's what really costed me. I got over eager and wasted my tires at the end there. Dalton's, stayed level-headed near the end, didn't let it get to him, and he played the better race. I think I was just over eager after what happened in my last appearance, getting wrecked on the last lap. I really wanted to get a win today.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, either way, super impressive. Looked damn good in that Victory Fuel patriotic scheme, man. Looking great. Give us real quick your shout-outs if you have any, and then obviously your friends, family, whatever you got.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to shout out Victory Fuel. Use code Super Mario at checkout if you want to get a little discount code for yourself. Also, thank you to the guys at Twisted Tech, Team Watson Racing, Podium Esports. All those guys support me day in and day out, so really, really respected to them. And I think my mom's watching tonight, so shout out my mom. She lets me, she supports me at every race, and I'm glad she's there for me.
Love that, man. Great job again today. We'll see you next week.
Awesome. See you guys.
There he is, Super Mario, as they call him. And right now, we're going to bring in your winner today, back-to-back winner, Dalton Tucker. Let's sneak him in. Here he is, the winner of today's race, the Luke Playhouse 300, man. Back-to-back wins and back-to-back green flag races. How did you do it today?
This was absolutely not as easy as Chicagoland. It was it was a great race. After that first stop, it became a game between me and Mario. I had to push it just far enough to where he couldn't get my draft, but then I'm abusing the tire, so then he catches me at the end, and it was a good race. And when he went 3 wide with that lap car, I was like, oh, here we go. And we came out okay. I was able to keep his draft and get right back up to him to close the gap a little bit, but it was a fun race. Glad to have Mario back in here, because it definitely adds a much tougher competition to the race, and he's an aggressive driver. That was a bold move, but it was probably the right move at that time, because passing is extremely hard, and I knew if I didn't get him early, it was going to be pretty much impossible.
Yes, sir, man. Very impressive job today. What do you think, real quick, while I have you, is the secret sauce, right? Big fields, 2 back-to-back green flag races completely, especially tonight, obviously, the longest race of the season, right? So what do you think is the secret sauce? Was there a conversation that happened, or, what do you think it is?
Honestly, these setups, we had a couple loose ones like at Dover that was almost erratic, and we've had 2 extremely tight setups to where you could bump someone mid-turn and not spin out, not get loose. And there was a few cars I saw that kind of got in trouble, but for the most part, like, me and Mario door banged near the end and never got loose from it, just kept on driving, and I think that really makes a big difference. I hate to say it, but I think Richmond's going to be a different story.
Glad we got the green flag races out of the way, is what you're saying. So,
yeah, these 1.5 miles are just, it's a lot of pack racing, and then they get spaced out after you have one stop, and at that point it can go green for probably as long as it wants to.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, awesome job again. Back-to-back wins, looking good in the number 21. Give us real quick any shout-outs you might have again, sponsors, family, what you got?
As always, Capital Materials on the car. Actually had a funny situation at work today where went to Atlanta, and on my way back broke down in a Capital Materials truck, so that was kind of interesting. So glad we pulled this one out. Shout out to my family. My aunt, she texted me, and I'm sure my parents stayed up as late as they could. So thank you to them for watching. Appreciate the team at Big Diff Sim Motorsports with Brandon and all those guys. They kind of working with them, and hopefully they can kind of learn a little bit, and I can learn from them. And as always, the sponsor this week, Luke's Playhouse. It's a good cause. People need to check it out. I think it's a great thing what they're doing. And lastly, just appreciate you in the booth. You put on one of the best broadcasts I've seen on here as far as the presentation and the commentary. It's one of the best I've seen.
You're making me blush, Dalton. All good, man. Appreciate you, dude. Yeah, good luck or good race today again, man. We'll see you next week, obviously. And yeah, man, go celebrate. Kick-ass job.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, there he is. Dalton Tucker knows how to use words against me, man. Really appreciate that. Big thanks to you folks for being here, obviously, supporting the channel and the league. Man, what an incredible race. I'll tell you what, we joke about it, right? But the last two races, man, it's just super, super incredible. Really impressive, too. Green flag racing the entire time, right? You don't get that in most leagues. And, you know, sometimes you might get some cautions here and there, and that's totally normal. But to go green back-to-back, 40-car field, super impressive stuff. And they have some magic going on here today. So, awesome stuff. Next week, folks, we'll see you then. We'll be back on Monday and Tuesday again for the NLR Truck Series and the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. 9 p.m. Eastern Time for both of those, next Monday and Tuesday. And then back here as usual for the Extreme Graphics Next Gen Series. But for race day, this is Steve. Big thanks to you folks for being here. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to hit 700 tonight. Big thanks to you. Have a good night, folks. God bless. We love you. And have fun.